words of Jesus Christ. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. In the same light, I'm reminded of the words of the late Pope Francis, where he gave an analogy for understanding how the church should approach its mission. He likened the church to a field hospital after battle where the wounded and suffering come to for compassion and healing rather than legalism. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, this prayer breakfast is not just an important gathering, it's a clarion call to rise above self-interest, to rebuild our nation with the stones of love and integrity, and to re-anchor our leadership in godly service. Let us live here not only with hopeful hearts, but also with determined minds and willing hands. To our President, you have been receiving unkind references from some of our compatriots. Take protection in the teaching of the Holy Book. In the book of Isaiah 54:17, and I quote, "No weapon formed against you will prosper." God never said that weapons would not be formed. Rather, he said that the weapons as formed will not prosper. They'll always be formed, they will not prosper. This book of Isaiah further teaches us that great leaders never lose sight of the big picture. We encourage you, Your Excellency, to remain such a great leader with a focus on the big picture for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation once more to the organizers of this year's National Prayer Breakfast for creating this sacred space for introspection and renewal. May this day stir in us a deeper commitment to serve our country with honor, wisdom, and the absolute reference to God. Let me acknowledge the presence of our clerks of the two houses, with whom we constantly work to make these things happen. As I conclude, I urge Kenyans, all of us here assembled, not to suffer from unhelpful amnesia. And I give you a small joke of a man who was unwell, walks to a doctor and tells the doctor, "Doctor, I have a very serious problem." The doctor asks him, "What is this problem?" He says, "Every time I think of something or do something, within a very short time, I can't remember it." The doctor asked him, "Exactly when did this problem start?" He said, "Which problem?" Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. You know, that laughter is not sufficient. It did not amount to appreciating him. Please, could you kindly appreciate the Right Reverend Moses Wetankula? You know, I had said earlier in the beginning that I'd introduce him as Right Reverend. But now when he spoke, he quoted very many verses. And I just asked him, I was just looking at Bolden, I was asking myself, are you going now to compete with him? Because he appears to have preached. So I want to thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the welcome remarks. Just to let you know that yesterday in the morning, we had the women convocation in which all the women of Kenya, not all the women of Kenya, all the women representative of Kenya were here yesterday praying. And we'd like to thank Prophet Esi Enigma from Nigeria, who was the chief guest, and she's there. And could we kindly give a round of applause? Thank you very much for coming, and thank you for speaking to us yesterday. We truly are very grateful that you had time to join us. Now we want to transition to prayer for Kenya, and I'd like to request our former chair, Captain Captain Clement Wambugu, who was my chair for the Bunge Fellowship and the National Prayer Breakfast during the 11th Parliament. He is a captain not of the army, but he is a pilot. So when you see him here, you know that he used to fly closer to God. Please come.
Good morning, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, First Lady, Deputy President, all invited guests. I say again, good morning and praise the Lord. Yeah, I'll go straight into reading the verses for this morning, starting off with a reading from the book of Timothy in the New Testament, which was written in the 1st century AD, 1 Timothy 2, 1 to 9. And I saw those in authority God and pleaded with him in prayer and petition, in fasting and in sackcloth and ashes. I prayed to the Lord my God and confessed, Lord, the great and awesome God, who keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keep his commandments. We have sinned and done wrong. We have been wicked and have rebelled. We have turned away from your commands and laws. Lord, you are righteous, but this day we are covered with shame, both near and far, in all the countries where you have turned away your anger and your wrath. Hear our prayers and petitions. For your sake, Lord, look with favor on your desolate sanctuary. Give ear, our God,